gotten dogs in almost every episode, I think, now. Hi. 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 Oh, yes, the puppies. Oh. Oh. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tara, a farmer from Northern California, and this channel is mainly about farming, but sometimes it's not. And today we are going on a field trip. Okay, so for today's field trip, we are in Oroville, California with Chelsea and Leland, and you guys have a citrus farm. Is it all oranges?
All oranges.
All oranges. And you guys want to tell me a little bit about how you guys got into this? Because this sounds like it's a first generation farm, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's hear it. How'd you guys get into this?
Go ahead.
Well, okay, so it's actually completely random. We lived in town in a normal little house in a normal little neighborhood, and we were renovating our house for a very long time, and we went to go look for a new normal person house. And we decided we wanted something turnkey because we've been renovating for such a long time. And so while we were looking at another house in this area, we just passed by this and we're like, let's just look for fun, because it was on the market, but we had never even considered a farm or anything like that. And we went and looked at it, and it was an old late 40s farmhouse, cinder block, never been renovated, totally not an option, on 20 acres of oranges, just sitting there. I was like, this is cute. Like, that was fun. And we left, and somehow by the end of the day, we made an offer.
Wow.
We always wanted room for our kids to run around and play. And I grew up in the town, so I've always loved seeing rows of trees, you know, and we saw this and it was just pretty, and we had a vision, and we just thought, you know, we could renovate this deal, we could find a way to sell oranges, and we didn't know what we were doing, but we jumped into it, and it's just all worked out somehow.
So what did you do before moving here, if you don't mind me asking?
He still
For
has
work?
a real job.
Oh, you have,
Yeah,
you have a real job?
I still work full time. Yeah,
That's what we call it.
I'm in the renewable solar industry.
Oh, nice.
And I work from home, but I work for a great company, and we're nationwide.
Okay.
And I direct all the sales and business development for them. And I always worked outside though, and so learning the farming stuff was hard, but fun to learn.
Yeah.
And we've just learned from people. We've just talked to people, our neighbors, our friends. We've traveled to Fresno, talked to people, and we've just learned the whole gig, and we're still learning. Honestly, what we didn't know is that when we bought this, we thought that these were just orange trees that you see everywhere. And what we learned literally right when we bought the place, because everyone said, oh, they're really sweet. And it was 2 years ago when I had a big contract to sell down to the Bay Area some oranges, and the guy said to me, what's the bricks on those things? And I'm like, what's bricks? And I had no idea what that meant, right? I had no idea what that meant. So I found a refractometer, I bought it. We tested the oranges, and they were shooting so high on the sugar content. I was like, man, we got something. So I just went on a road trip all through Fresno, Bakersfield, San Francisco, went to all the groceries, and I just started showing them our oranges, sampling them, having them eating them, and it just took off. People just started getting crazy about the oranges. And then next thing you know, we had Asia calling us up saying, hey, we want to come out and check out your crop. And we're like, we have 20 acres in Oroville. And they came out here, and they walked it, they tasted it, they get it, and they bought it, and they're still buying it. And so a lot of our stuff goes to Asia, a lot of our stuff goes locally up here, and we still send a ton down to Orange Cove, where we have partners down there, and they send it into the Bay Area. So it's kind of going everywhere, but our goal is to keep it mainly NorCal and we're getting there, I think, pretty quickly.
So do you guys do the main farming here, or do you have someone here that kind
No,
of?
I do it.
So you have a full-time job and you farm this?
Yeah, we spray it. So we spray everything. We, mow it. I love mowing.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite thing to do.
Wow,
So
look at it. It's so pretty.
yeah.
Just like goes on forever, it looks like. So what's your favorite part about
Farming?
citrus or farming?
Well, I just love seeing the result of the hard work the whole year. That's the favorite thing for me.
Yeah.
It's just, you take care of the orchard, and being in the orchard is like being in heaven. I've never been in heaven, right, yet, right? I hope to get there, but
Maybe
like
one
when
day.
you're in the orchard, it's just the best feeling ever, right? And then seeing this grow after the whole year of working on the field, it's just the best feeling.
So how long is harvest season for you guys? Or what's typical of other places, and what is it for you guys? Because it sounds like it might be a little bit different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So up here in Northern California, Oroville, it's typically a late season navel compared to the Central California market. And but we've always had to send our crop down to Central California because we don't have a packing house up here. We'll talk about that later, but no packing house up here.
Careful.
So we've been we have been
right there.
we
He's
usually
like-
And then
we usually harvest January, first 3 weeks in January.
Okay.
Kind of start the last week in December, and it's all done, mass picking, all sent down.
and it's crazy. It's like a whirlwind.
And the oranges are still tart at that point, and so now we're starting to harvest mid-January, and we go all the way to March.
Oh wow.
Right, and so
because I don't know when this video is going to come out. We're like the first week of February right now.
Right.
So people know. So you guys start late December and go till March.
typically,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
This year
That's really
we're like mid-January.
Okay.
And it's because the buyers, the people that want our crop, they want a really high sugar kick on it. And so the longer you can hold on to them without them falling, and you can clip them the right way, is the premium orange. And so
Okay.
Yeah, and locally we can sell for a long time because oranges, they have such a thick rind that they last in the fridge for weeks. I've had people say that they came and got oranges from us in February, kept them in the fridge, and they were good to the end of March. So we can locally sell. I can't ship. I actually stopped shipping in 2 weeks is when my last time shipping because they just can't hold up as well
Okay.
being shipped, especially East Coast.
something that's very unique to the navels up here, this soil is red rocky dirt, and you can't see it because of the grass
weeds?
right now. Yeah. the weeds.
Don't bring it up.
But you can see right here,
Yeah.
like this is red dirt. It's not like the
Is
loam.
it clay?
Yeah, it's like a clay red dirt, and this area you don't see it, but there's rocks everywhere. It's not a typical soil that you would plant any citrus in. You go down to any other big citrus groves down in Central California or whatever, and it's like loam. It's like the most fertile soil ever in the world, right? So I don't know how this is working, but I believe that the orange trees are sweeter because they have to fight for all the nutrients within the soil, what's in the soil. So they're fighting for every bit of it. So the soil, one, and then the water is from the Sierra Nevada, and it's ditch water, so it comes straight from the mountains. We'll show you that up here too.
This is your water?
This is the water system from South Feather, and it literally runs through this canal all the way up into the mountains, and this water irrigates the entire property. So yeah,
From
it's
the
pretty
Sierra
unique.
Nevadas.
That's amazing. This is a good spot.
Okay,
It's
our whole-
basically just snow runoff, right?
Exactly.
Nice.
And this goes to our house too. We have a purification and filtration system.
Yeah, it's probably
then-
really good water.
My real vision, really after year one, maybe,
Yeah.
as the vision cultivated, was because I knew Butte County was such a huge citrus industry up in this area, is I just saw an opportunity of, through a lot of hard work, of maybe reviving the entire citrus industry in Butte County. And so my vision has always been to bring it back. I would love if other farmers would jump on that too, but they're kind of, tired and burned out, but I am more than willing to just jump in and try to do it with help, right? But yeah, I want to establish a packing house
We know
up
who's
here.
gonna really be running.
She's my supervisor for sure. But I want to bring back the citrus industry to Butte County and make it what it once was in the late in early 1900s.
They used to have
That's what I want.
whole citrus festivals here.
Oh, yeah.
That they would host here.
Right.
It started hosting it down in Sacramento, but once they had one up here, they started hosting it
Yeah,
up here.
and we'll show you this if you want, Tara, but if you look up the naval history for California, they had citrus festivals, like she said, right? Where Riverside, California, all that stuff, Sacramento, anyone, they would come into a neutral central location. The first one was in Sacramento. Butte County won first prize at the exhibit there. And then the next 2 years, Butte County won them back to back to back, and then the freeze hit, bam.
Yeah.
And it just wiped everything out. But there's these really cool pictures of when they'd have the festival downtown in Oroville, where they would have homes that they would pull an orange, and somehow, I don't know how they did, but they would literally outline and cover the whole house with oranges for an exhibit.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whole stands, whole floats, whole everything made from oranges.
What's an average like tonnage, you know?
900 pounds to a bin is what they would weigh.
And then is there like a goal for each tree or or each acre? So like for us, we measure per acre, and like we have a goal per acre, you know?
I haven't gotten good enough to measure per acre, which I could probably do if I spent time on it, but our goal is always to harvest 3-4 oranges per bin.
For trees.
I was like,
Sorry.
wow, okay.
No.
3-4 trees.
But this year
per
we
bin.
had such
Okay.
a full crop that we're getting like 2 to 3 trees will fill a bin.
Right. It's
Okay.
really heavy this year.
Yeah. So
Really heavy.
it's
And,
we had
and
a head
why?
crop.
Is there anything that happened in nature this year that you
Yes.
feel like made that happen?
Last year we had a really light harvest because we had a bad split hit us.
Oh, what causes that? What does that mean?
Maybe I over fertilized it, or maybe.
Oh, you
warm-
almost like they grew too big.
Nope, not even too big. The
quick.
weather was weird last year. We had too warm and too much cold and warm.
Okay.
Seasons were just kind of fluctuating. And then I put down some fertilizer, which I was told, and I don't want to blame it on that. But either way,
Yeah.
we had a lot of splits hit, and so
Okay.
we waited, a month to harvest our trees because it seemed like 1 out of 5 oranges last year was split.
Oh no.
And so we had all of our splits fall. So this year the trees grabbed, whatever they do, and they just pumped out the oranges this year.
Okay.
So it's really heavy.
What's this tree behind us that looks like it got left?
These are smaller. This is a smaller
You
tree
can come look.
that.
There's a
is
couple
dead.
of them. The tree is
Yeah.
really big compared to the others.
Well,
Yeah.
so see how tiny those oranges are?
Yes.
And also they're just not good. They're choice fruit, which is not as good looking. But those sizes, the really small sizes, do have a purpose. We sell to schools. And so the schools like the really small kid size oranges. And the way that oranges are sized is this would be like a 113, 138. And that means that 113 of those oranges will fit into a 40-pound box.
Oh, okay.
Or 138. So the smaller they are, the more that will fit into a 40-pound
sweeter, though.
standard box. They're
The
really good.
Smaller, the sweeter
But
one.
obviously nobody's going to want to buy a bag necessarily those oranges, but they have their purpose. They go to schools, and then you get these
Everyone wants
monsters.
these,
Yeah.
but the schools want those.
Yeah. A little
guess-
kid can't peel that.
Right.
And that is one of the hardest parts of farming is that you'll pick all this because somebody wants a ton of this size, these 56s or 48s. This is huge, right? And that means 56 or 48 can fit in a 40-pound box. And so you'll pick trying to get that order, and then you're left with thousands and thousands of little tiny oranges, and you have to just work real fast to find who wants those and where they're going to go and make sure, because this is all perishable, so you have to do it in a time limit, and they're also very susceptible to weather, so making sure that we get them to the packing house or get them to where they need to go or in cold storage and taken care of. That's one of the hardest parts, I know, even for you, even if you don't admit it, is trying to navigate the different sizes, where they're going in different ways, what boxes they're being, because everyone needs a different, kind of box. And so, yeah.
Is this a cutie?
It looks like a cutie.
It does look like a cutie.
It's
Are
mandarin
cuties
size.
oranges?
Nope, they're
No.
mandarins.
They're
mandarins.
mandarins. So that still
But
tastes
that's a
good?
mandarin size. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, sometimes the medium to small oranges are the sweetest. You get these
that thing.
these big ones. Yeah.
Spilling.
You
They're
get
so
these
sweet.
big ones, and they're still very good, but they're just, the thicker rind, they're really super solid. These tend to be really juicy and really sweet.
This is something
Just
we
more
did
work
this
for
year,
less
Tara. Check
fruit.
it out. We call this the orange snow cone. I don't really peel oranges anymore.
Oh, we're way
I
too
eat kinda
lazy
So I
at
do
this
an
point.
orange snow cone.
You just
Right,
eat it like
yeah.
that. It's so small, a one biter.
Well, that for most people it would have been a few more bites, but for him it's one bite. So that's how our kids will.
So what's your favorite way to eat oranges? Do you just like them like plain, or do you like cooking them in something, or do you like the juice?
We literally probably all polish off anywhere from 2 to 5 oranges each a day.
Really?
Like
So you are not sick of them?
We're not sick of them, which is crazy. And well, I mean, harvest is only once a year, so it's not like we're eating them year round.
Yeah.
Our kids, my 2-year-old, I have to cut her off because she's still in diapers and she'll get diaper rashes. Kid cannot help herself. She's constantly asking, and it's so hard to say no because she's so cute. But all of our kids absolutely love oranges. They still ask for them. My kid paid another kid $1 for an orange. I was like, that was a bad choice. Hold on. He was like, I'll give you $1 for that orange. Yeah, so like we still love them, and yeah.
Well, this is in the 30s that picture was taken. These are actual authentic photos.
So did the last owner give them to you? Or how'd you get them?
The neighbor, yeah, the last owner gave them to me, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And this stuff I love. So this is when they first planted the orchard. You can see that.
Oh, so you see all the little baby trees, the little lines. Wow, view, cooking, east.
Looking east.
Oh, looking.
Yeah.
I'm like,
From
cooking.
the bottom.
Oh yeah, so that's a tree there. Okay, wow, that's cool.
Oh, did I show you that one? Where's this? The one with them ripping out the trees.
Do you want to go get the book?
This is the books, honey.
No, I mean the ones that we
Look at these. This is them actually removing digger pines and brush before farming, before planting.
Can you imagine how hard it must have been to pull that kind of stuff out?
Seriously, it's crazy. That's a huge digger pine that they were derooting up, ripping out. And here's them standing in the hole. Look at that.
In the hole, yes. Wow, that's crazy.
So that's Best Sinky.
That's Best Sinky who planted the orchard.
And you bought this from the Sinky family, or had already been?
There was a purchaser between us. This is 32, March 32.
So this was before the freeze?
This is right after the freeze.
This is their
right
second
after the
planting.
freeze. Oh, wow.
When they had to replant and restart right after they had just started.
Wow.
And then let me show you these cool ones over here. Oh, these are nice.
Yes.
That's Leo. So that's Leo, companion of Bess, Sinky. And that's Bess below.
Oh, look at her. Look at those boots, man. Wow.
And then this is showing them. This is their first harvest. Check that out.
Oh.
First harvest in 33.
Wow.
And it says on there how many oranges he got and how much he sold them for. I can't really read it from here, but
Let's see, it says off 1,200 trees, which 2 years old after 1933, over 1,400 oranges were picked.
yeah, I wonder if he means boxes like that.
Okay,
He probably
okay.
means those boxes.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then this is the truck
look
that
at that
came
sweet, look at that sweet vehicle
Model T, yeah.
pulling that trailer. That's awesome.
Those are all the new orange trees that Washington's coming in to be replanted after the freeze.
Wow, that's cool.
This is from the Butte County Citrus Association that was formed, I think, in 1920 or whatever. There were 3 big ones.
Orville,
in
California.
Orville. And then these are all the packing houses that were in the area. These are their labels. Table Mountain brand. This one right here is the Rough Rider in Palermo and Oroville. Lucky Strike. See, Oroville and Palermo is a neighboring community of Oroville.
Okay.
And then you have this one.
Choice Washington Navals.
All these packing houses went out of business up until 1950.
So these were all the packing houses in Oroville area.
Yep.
And now there's none.
None.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's field trip. If you want to check out where you can buy their fruit when it's ready, it is papacitrus.com. And of course, I will put a link in the description below. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. And thank you again to all you viewers and my awesome sponsor, Corteva. And I will catch you guys at the next field trip.
Sustainability. It's who we are and what we do. We're in it for the good of farmers We're increasing the livelihoods and sustainable practices of 500 million smallholder farmers. We're in it for good.